guys, I'm back today with an updated Dyson Airwrap review. I realized that the last time I reviewed the Dyson Airwrap as well as the Dyson Corel straightener was almost like 2 years ago, so it definitely needs a refresh because I have been using the Airwrap especially a lot more recently. So I wanted to share with you guys how I've been using it to style my hair like this, and then some of my favorite products to use with it. I got my Airwrap back in 2020, I believe, so this was kind of like the holiday edition color at the time, and I pretty much use every single brush head that came with it. I do my hair pretty much in 2 different ways. So number 1 is kind of like this big curl, like blowout, very bouncy, very healthy looking. Another way is basically straightening my entire hair, but with the Airwrap, not the Corel. So for this kind of style, I always start with this brush head. Using this brush head, I dry my roots, maybe like all the way down to like my ears, kind of like the midsection, because that really cuts down the entire time you're gonna spend on the rest of your hair, like styling this. And then because I have like a wavy hair, my little baby hairs right here, they always get curly and I hate it. So I try to blow dry it and just like make them somewhat straight so they're a lot more manageable when I, you know, do the rest of my hair. So this is like step number 1. And then I go in with these 2. The set usually comes with like a pair of these like rollers. I forget if this is like the thinner one or the thicker one, but there's like 2 different sizes to choose from. There's also the ones that are like extended, like longer for like longer hair, but I think it's pretty manageable with this. I always get this mixed up, but luckily there's all these like arrows to kind of show you which way like the arrows can come out. So depending on how you want to style your hair, you can just like refer to this. And these do get hot, so after like styling your hair, don't touch it. Just like pick it up with this when you are detaching it from the whole body. So I always section my hair in half like this, and then I like to do the bottom first. So like whichever is like closer to my neck. This area, I have a lot of breakage, so there's like shorter pieces of hair, and then it also dries really fast because when you're styling your hair, there's still like air coming out, so it's going to dry your hair. Really depends on the type of look that you're going for, but I tend to bring all my hair out to the front like this, so I do need some more like definition here. And like I mentioned, because this section right here just loses definition really fast and like all the curls just flatten out, take a smaller piece of hair and then bring the barrel really close to your neck like this. Depending on how wet or damp your hair is, I just kind of wing it. I don't count to like 7 or 10 or anything. I just like to touch my hair, see like how like hot it's getting, and then just release. Sometimes I would like turn it off and then take the curl out, or just take it out while it's still on. And then once I'm done with this bottom section, I like to put this behind me so it doesn't get tangled, and then start from the back. I always think about where I want my curls to start, like where it dips in and like comes out, because if it's not done right in the way that I like, it makes my face look broader, like rounder, and I don't want that. I want to avoid it, which is why I do prefer like straighter hair. I realized why I didn't like the Airwrap look on me personally in the past, because I was basically doing what I did for my like lower section to my whole head. So my hair was basically like all wrapped up, and like the whole thing was like right next to my roots like this. So when I would brush out my curls, it was just too much going on. So what I started doing is for this section right here, like this top half, especially like right here, I would stop the barrel kind of like midway like this. I would just hold it near me like this, so there's still some like hair left that's not being curled. So that way your hair is kind of flat here, and then it starts to like curl like that, which is the preferred look personally. And usually what most people do is just kind of let this, you know, machine do its magic. So when you bring it close to the end of your hair, it'll just like eat it right up. But I've noticed that my hair is too thick, there's way too much hair, like sometimes it eats up too much and like brings it really close to the root, and that is exactly what I'm trying to avoid, as I mentioned. So I like to just basically use it kind of like an old like actual curling iron. I basically still use this like a curling one. I kind of wrap my hair a little bit and then make sure it's at a place that I want, and then just stop right there. And I want my curls to go like outwards, like away from my face. So for this section, start from the bottom and then like let it eat, and then just like everything go that way. And for this side, I wish I could like go like this, but My arm obviously doesn't work that way unless you know, like dip it down, like upside down. But sometimes I do that. But today I just basically went like this. And for my bangs, I pretty much use whatever I think is necessary depending on like how they look. But mainly I've been using this brush head right here, like the round brush. I do really like this and it gives you like a ton of volume. Collect your bangs and then blow dry it backwards, sometimes sideways, like half-half, sometimes like upwards, like it really just depends. I kind of, you know, go through trial and error every time. And sometimes I even use these barrels if I'm feeling lazy. It just kind of eats the hair a little bit, and I mainly only want like a little bit of curl so it doesn't curl inwards like that. And also I sometimes use the flattening brush to kind of bring it and then let it dry like that and let it go. And once my whole head is done, I take like a wide tooth comb brush like this one right here from Luxe. I use this every single day. It comes with me in every single purse that I have. I just love this. It's so pretty. It's like a white marble. It's plastic, I think, so even if I drop it, like it doesn't break. So I love this. And I just brush out my hair. If you use a really dense brush, it's really going to flatten out everything. So unless you're going for that like super natural, like very loose curls, I would use something a little bit more like defined like this. And if you want to have some kind of curl going on, like don't brush your hair too much because it really is going to, you know, get flat throughout the day, throughout the week. And speaking of that, I will say that on my hair personally, like these curls don't last. My hair does tend to hold the curls, but it is more on the thicker side, and using a Dyson Airwrap, it's definitely less intense and like less damaging because there's way less heat that goes onto your hair compared to like a traditional curling iron. So that's why your hair isn't going to really last, but overall the Airwrap really gives you that super bouncy kind of like feel and look to your hair. The other way I use my Dyson Airwrap is to achieve like a nice flattened out straight hair, and I love this brush right here, the one with these like beads, and one is missing. This I think works way better than the other one that looks pretty much identical but without the beads. I feel like it just holds onto your hair better and just really distribute like heat very evenly. So I just use this for my whole head and it just works like a charm. It's so fast and easy. I technically don't really have to go in and like start with this blow dryer right here because this is technically just like a 2-in-1. So I love this one. This is like my favorite. Overall, I still do think that the Airwrap is worth it. I know it's a very pricey item, but if you can get it on some kind of sale, I think it's so worth it. And I've never really met anyone that said otherwise, so I think we are kind of all on the same page here. Whether you're straightening your hair or like giving it these kind of like curls, I think the Airwrap really does give you like an overall like bouncy, healthy look and feel. Your hair does feel a lot softer and smoother, just very like manageable. And now onto some of my favorite products. This one right here, the Dream Coat, like Color Wow, this was like my absolute favorite. I think I've had this bottle for like 3 years now. I know it's crazy, but this is the key to like a salon perfect blowout. You need this. Maybe not like the biggest bottle. I actually didn't realize this was the biggest one when I bought it. There's like smaller ones, so you can try that. Always notice a huge difference. My hair is so much softer and it just looks way healthier. And like I said, like all the breakage here, because my hair is naturally wavy, the shorter my hair is, the curlier it gets. And I hate that look, especially like right here. With this, everything just like smooths out. I absolutely love this. Lately, I've been using this one, the Coco and Eve hair elixir, I believe. It's supposed to smell like fig and coconut, I think, but I don't really get that. But it still smells good. It's very like sweet, kind of soft, subtle. First of all, this is such a good packaging. It's so lightweight. It comes out completely clear. And what I love about this is that I truly think that this is one of the best hair oils out there. It really hydrates your hair without weighing it down. A lot of oils out there can just kind of sit on top of your hair. It doesn't really soak in, but this really like just, your hair just loves it. And it doesn't make my hair like too greasy or anything. I am heavy-handed with this stuff and it still works. And I only use this product today actually because it also acts as a heat protectant. So all in one, like I love this. And lastly, this is like an oldie but a goodie, but this heat protectant from Bumble and Bumble, the invisible oil, this smells amazing. Coconut, vanilla, oh my god. You guys know like the Bum Bum cream smell? Kind of reminds me of that, like very tropical coconut, like pineapple, but like very sweet. I love it. Kind of stopped using it, but I am down to here, as you can see. I only stopped using it because I really love trying new products. I don't know, I get very bored of it, but this is like tried and true, really, really good. So that was it for my updated Dyson Airwrap review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in my next one.